they will allow the final 7 minutes and 50 seconds to be replayed at a later date when the score would have been 104-89 if Harden's dunk had counted. The last time the NBA replayed a game was in 2008, but it was for just less than a minute. So little different circumstances in this one. There's a lot there. Skip, should the final 7 minutes and 50 seconds be replayed?
Yes.
I watched this game.
Okay.
I was trying to watch your game and this game at the same time, and I was getting really distracted by this game because this turned out to be the game of the year so far in the NBA. There is no way the final 750 of this game should be replayed. There is double no way that the Rockets should be awarded the victory. And that is what Tim McMahon, who covers for ESPN.com, covers the Rockets, wrote, that the Rockets are hopeful, and I'm just going to guess he got this from Daryl Morey, the GM, but they're hopeful that a victory will just be flat out awarded to the Rockets because they did blow this call, and that they're very confident that if that doesn't happen, that the final 750 will be replayed when these two teams meet again for the second time in San Antonio, which is April the 12th. That'll be the second and final time that the Rockets visit San Antonio.
That's like the end of the regular season, though.
Okay, it's 3 days before.
Yeah.
3 days.
Yeah, before this, their third to last game.
Right.
Okay, there is precedent for this. You're talking about the Shaq game when they wrongly ruled him disqualified with 6 fouls.
Right.
So they let the final 50 seconds be replayed the next time those two teams play.
Right.
You do it first, and then you stop down for a little bit and start the real game, the next game, right? Okay, so there is absolutely no doubt that the refs completely botched this entire situation because they even denied Mike D'Antoni the right to challenge twice, according to D'Antoni.
Right.
Because they first came to him and said, it's a goaltend. The ball didn't go through. Goaltend?
Yes, it did.
It just went through. Well, why wouldn't they just go look at it and say, what? It went through. Then he said, I challenged that. And they said, well, you can't challenge. Yes, I can. I can challenge. And then another ref comes over, according to D'Antoni, and said, no, it actually didn't go through. And then James knocked it out of bounds. So it's off Houston, out of bounds. It's the Spurs ball.
Right.
Double.
Wait, no, that didn't happen.
To challenge that.
Okay, he said, I want to challenge. No, you can't challenge. And then they had the audacity to say after the game in their statement that the refs made, he missed the 30-second window to challenge. And D'Antoni's like, no, I kept saying I want to challenge. And they said, no, you can't challenge that.
That's frustrating.
Okay, well, they completely blew this. The Rockets got robbed on that play, just on that play. And as Jenny pointed out, it was a wipeout. It was 104-89 at that point if you count the 2 points.
Right.
But you know and I know, every night they miss some call.
Thank you.
How many nights with 5 minutes left or 4 or 3 is there a shot made and then they call a charge and they wipe off the basket?
Right.
And somebody could say, no, you missed it. It was not a charge. We should have had that 2 points, so we should have won the close game, right?
Yes.
So you can't open that Pandora's box by going back and saying, I don't know what the Rockets are insisting this, but you can't do this because, remember, the Rockets still got 2 overtimes to right this wrong.
Right.
Not one, they got 2. So they had the rest of regulation, and they still had a 102-89 lead, and they couldn't hold that.
So in other words, you're mad that you didn't blow the 15-point lead like you did the 13-point lead. Because you did have, even though the basket didn't count, Skip, you had a 13-point lead. The score was 102-89.
Correct.
So you up 13 with James Harden and Russell Westbrook. But, Skip, I agree with you 1,000%. There's no way in hell they should play the final 750. Skip, there are goaltendings that happened in the first quarter or the second quarter or the third quarter that they missed. This was a missed call. But I don't believe the bottom line is, Skip, the referees did not know the ball had gone in the basket. That was it. They thought it had went down. He slammed it so hard, it went and popped back out. It actually went through, and the net put it back after it went around.
The net popped it all the way back on top of the rim, and it's bouncing around on top.
Pretty cool.
Right.
So it's an optical illusion to the referees, like it didn't go through the basket.
Exactly.
Yeah, it did.
But that wasn't what cost you the game. James Harden and Russell Westbrook going 18 of 68 from the floor. That's what cost you the game. Skip, James Harden was 11 of 38.
By the way, you know that was the lowest field goal percentage ever for someone who's scored 50 points. 11 of 38.
And Russ was 7 of 30. He had a triple-double, though, Skip. He had a triple-double.
He did.
Skip, 18 of 68. That's what cost you the game. And Mac D'Antoni, he made mention of it. We didn't get any stops, and we just kept, turning the ball over and jacking up shots. 18 of 68, Skip. At what point in time say, you know what? Let me try to get a little better shot. Let me try to lay it up. James Harden was 4 of 20 from the 3. 4 of 20. But he did. He was 24-24 from the free throw line.
Okay, do you realize 24 of 24 is the all-time record for most free throws made?
Without a miss in the game.
Yeah, without a miss.
And
24 of 20, that's impossibly great.
The concentration that you got to have. They were 15 of 51 from the 3. 42, they had 42 field goals made of 112 attempts. Skip, that's what cost you the game. It wasn't that one. You mean to tell me with James Harden and Russ, 2 points cost you the game? The officials missed it. That's what the confusion was, Skip. They just missed the call.
They missed it, and then they botched everything that happened.
And Tony's trying to explain, so, well, I want to challenge that he made it. No, you can't challenge that. And what happened, the other guy comes over and said, well, no, it didn't go down, and he knocked it out of bounds. Well, I want to challenge, you can't challenge that. So when they finally realized that he could challenge, they said, well, the 30 seconds up. Well, you jacked off my time. Skip,
it's so bad.
You can't make me late for a meeting, Skip, and then say I'm late for the meeting. You made me late talking to me. Man, this is ridiculous.
So my quick Spurs thought of the day, I've brought this kid's name up to you before. Lonnie Walker IV.
Yes.
I figured you'd bring him up.
I told you after last summer's Summer League, I thought he was the best player in Summer League. He only played 2 games, but he averaged 30 a game. Greg Popovich will not play him. He's played barely all year until last night when, out of just give-up sort of desperation, he let him play the 4th quarter. And guess what happened?
He went crazy.
19 points happened. 19 points, that's like Steph Clay territory, right? And it was only because of him making 7 of 8 shots that they had a miraculous comeback to tie the score. And, of course, my man Jakob Poeltl, my close personal friend Jakob Poeltl that I met in Las Vegas. Did you see what he did to James Harden at the end of regulation? He made him eat it. Can we see this? Jakob! Jakob!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Jakob!
Oh, there's your guy.
That was it. That was for the game right there.
I want you to remember that.
Yeah.
Jakob. He can jump.
Jakob.
So,
I like
when,
what
so
you're
when,
saying.
I just want you to remember that.
Yeah.
Jenny, you saw him.
Yeah.
Oh, Jakob.
Jakob.
Now, when LeBron dunked on him, I don't want to hear you say nothing about it.
You know what? I don't think LeBron can dunk on him.
We're gonna wait
I
for
think
that.
he's a little springier than Tiago Splitter was.
He getting flushed on.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
think so?
Skip, but there's no way. You can't play 7 minutes and 52 seconds. Like you said, the Shaq situation, I think it was like 52 seconds.
Yeah, less
That's
than a
one
minute.
thing, Skip.
Yeah.
And that was at the end of the ball. But you're talking about playing almost 8 minutes of a game?
It is not going. I hope it's not going to
no,
happen.
come on.
Okay.
Skip, I can skip. If they miss this in the last minute, okay, I get it. Go replay that last minute.
Yep.
But Skip, you can't not 7 minutes and 50 seconds. I don't even know if you do it then, considering the game went over. Now, if you had lost the regulation, but to have 2 overtimes thrown in on top of it, you had 10 minutes to correct the wrong? Nah, NBA said, nah, y'all, hey, it's our bad. Our bad, my bad.
But they should have maybe owned it a little bit better than they did in terms of the officiating.
Especially with their post-game statement.
Yeah.
Yes.
To say that he didn't
Right.
challenge, I mean,
Come on.
that's a little
Yeah, they try
frustrating.
to put it on, well, he could have challenged it. No, you were talking to me, telling me I couldn't challenge, and when you told me it went out of bounds on James, I said I want to challenge that. You said I couldn't challenge. Once you realized probably New York, or Secaucus or somewhere, got in their ear, well, he can challenge that. Oh, but your time's up. You can't challenge.
You get 30 seconds when you're just feeding him one bogus concept after another. Goaltending, out of bounds off James. What?
Just replay it, Skip. We missed it. My bad. Hey, my bad. I got it wrong. I got it wrong. And go back and.
So what's getting lost in the shuffle is the 24 of 24, and I got to credit him, even though he shot so poorly. The reason he scored 50 points was that he made every free throw. James Harden has become the greatest high-volume free throw shooter in the history of this league. because Steph, just on career percentage, is the greatest free throw shooter ever. Because he is 90.5% for his whole career. Extraordinary.
Yes.
That's the best ever. But the most here was 400. Last year, James shot 754 and was 88%. Well, for his career, he's 88%. And to keep going up there, you know how hard it is to maintain
that concentration,
focus,
Skip.
and keep doing that and not have just one little slip in 24 attempts.
Well, Skip, they couldn't let Steph or somebody like KD shoot that many free throws. They'd average 50. With the percentage that they shoot, because you got to realize James Harden is shooting like 43%. You take a guy like KD that's somewhere around 50, or LeBron is around 50%, they would average 45 points a night.
They would. I would agree. But the refs are giving James some calls he doesn't deserve because I know how their minds work.